Growing up, I was no stranger to being in a position where you feel like you have fake friends. Growing up, I always felt like people were hiding things from me and not telling me the full truth. That could just be my paranoia, or that could just be a reflection on how I view other people. You see, when it comes to your life, it is much more important to take out people in your life who take things away from you than to be surrounded by people who offer nothing for you and just take. To simplify that down, you need to live in a world, you need to live with people and surround yourself with people who aren't yes men, who won't tell you yes to everything you say, do, think, whatever. You want people who are supportive, but not filled with white lies, because white lies are lies that you tell in order to not hurt the person as much. Like if your friend says, oh, do I look fat in this shirt? You say, yes, you do, but I'm only saying that because I love you and I respect you to the point where I would hope that you would take my opinion seriously and you would actually reconsider wearing that because it's unseemly or it's not as professional as it could be. It's much more important, especially that's something I had to learn a lot, because in my discharge from my third stay in a hospital, I came back to my school and it was so different. People were acting so different. It's like they all adjusted to a life without me, and I had to come to terms with that. They made new friends, new groups, new cliques, new people, new jokes, inside jokes, stuff like that. And I just felt empty. I felt like the people around me, I'm here, but they don't acknowledge me. And the tipping point was when I was having a conversation with one of my friends who I was very close with, but the person just stared at me, turned away, and I said, "Are you okay? Are you listening?" And she turns around and says, "You weren't talking." And I'm sitting confused. I was like, okay, so if you're just gonna act like I don't exist, then why should I care about you? And that's sort of where I took the whole thing. I reverted back into the type of person who detaches relationships for my sake rather than trying to please other people, because I don't want to be a yes man to other people and I don't want people to be a yes man to me. If you're my friend, I'm gonna say things bluntly and clearly in a way that you are able to perfectly understand. I'm the type of person who doesn't have secret meaning behind my words. And I find that it's very hard to communicate with people in my family, because my family are the type of people who have secret meanings in their words, but I'm not. I'm very candid. What I say is what I mean. And that's not as common as you'd like to expect. But regardless, you need to cut people out of your lives if they're taking something away from you. It's like my symptoms. I have negative symptoms, and those take away something from my life, whether that be taking away happiness in the form of depression, or it's taking away peace in the form of anxiety, or it's taking away motivation in the form of procrastination and resistance. So just think about it like that. If somebody's taking things away from your life, it is completely okay to cut them out, because why should you give yourself to another person when they won't even muster up the energy to return it to you? And that is something to think about.